Think about the last thing you learned. A software update? A math formula? You sat somewhere safe while someone explained it. 100,000 years ago, the only thing you needed to learn was how not to get eaten by tomorrow morning. You sat in a chair this morning. You opened a laptop, read a book, or watched a video. You absorbed data without moving a single muscle in danger. 100,000 years ago, that same transfer of information happened in the dirt, in the dark, and getting it wrong meant you died. For almost all of human history, learning wasn't about expanding your mind. It was about seeing tomorrow. Your classroom was a tight circle around a fire. Your teacher was simply someone who had survived long enough to get gray hair. And the curriculum was brutal. This track means a predator. This berry is food. This weather means a flood. Today, we have vast campuses, degrees, and standardized tests. Learning is so abstracted that it feels disconnected from life. But for roughly 300,000 years, every single lesson a human being ever learned was directly tied to keeping their heart beating. And that one limitation shaped everything about how knowledge was passed down. So let's look at the shift. Humans are not the strongest animals on the savannah. A lion has claws. An elephant has mass. You have a brain that can copy what another brain knows. Speed of learning was our only defense. You can watch someone chip a stone tool, mimic their hand movements, and suddenly you possess a technology that took them years to invent. No other animal on Earth does this at our scale. But memory is fragile. When an elder died, their library of knowledge died with them. That was the bottleneck of human progress. Until we invented the greatest educational technology in history, writing. We outsourced our memory to stone, then clay, then paper. Suddenly, knowledge was immortal. We didn't just learn to survive anymore. We started learning to build. Agriculture, engineering, philosophy. The curriculum exploded. The fire wasn't big enough anymore. We needed a system. The problem is, once you start building systems, you start encoding philosophies. Education stopped being just about facts. It became a macro tool to shape the soul of a society. This is where comparative education comes in. If you want to know what a civilization values, look at how they structure their classrooms. They aren't just teaching math. They are mass-producing the type of citizen they think they need to survive the future. For centuries, different regions developed wildly contrasting philosophies on what learning actually is. It wasn't an accident. It was a deliberate design choice to solve the unique problems of their geography, their history, and their culture. Let's break down a specific contrast. Look at two completely different blueprints for human development, specifically in how they view the person at the front of the room. In one model, the system is built on questioning authority. The teacher is fundamentally designed to be a facilitator, a guide. The classroom encourages debate, disruption, and breaking things down. The ultimate goal is the independent, highly individualistic mind. It's loud by design. Now, look at a contrasting approach. The dynamic shifts entirely. The teacher is not just delivering academic facts. They are a moral compass. There is a deeply rooted cultural concept where respecting the teacher and valuing the moral path is foundational. The teacher shapes the character of the student before they even touch the intellect. The classroom is structured, respectful, and communal. Neither is wrong, but they are completely different technologies. One prioritizes individual disruption to drive innovation. The other prioritizes collective harmony and deep moral grounding to maintain societal stability. They are using the exact same tool, a classroom, to build completely different futures. We've come a long way from the fire. We've built digital networks that can instantly beam the sum of human knowledge to a glowing rectangle in your pocket. But the core mechanic hasn't changed. Education is still just the transfer of human experience. We are still a species sitting in the dark, passing stories to each other, trying to figure out how to survive whatever comes tomorrow. The only difference is, our tomorrow isn't a predator in the tall grass anymore. It's artificial intelligence. It's space colonization. It's a hyper-connected global world. The system has to evolve again. What are we going to teach around the next fire?